Roger Stone here for Colonial Metals Group. Colonial Metals Group helps Americans protect their future with the most trusted store of wealth in human history. That's actual physical gold and silver. If you're retiring or you're retired, go to colonialmetalsgroup.com/stone right now for your free Roger Stone Colonial Metals Group Retirement Protection Kit. Or call 800-747-6589. That's 800-747-6589. Call now to receive your free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver.
You're commuting home with Katz and Cosby. Now here's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby on 77 WABC.
And joining us now, we have a retired senior Secret Service agent, Don Mihalek. Don, it just came out that they're going to try the shooter tomorrow as an adult. He will be charged as an adult. And also, it turns out that they knew the FBI actually questioned this kid and his parents a year ago because somebody had an anonymous tip that this kid, or at least they tracked it back, was going to shoot up a school. The kid said, no, that's not me. That's an anonymous post. It's not me. They moved on, and here we are. Your thoughts?
Yeah, thanks for having me back, Rita and John. So in my time with the Secret Service, I got to go to Newtown, Connecticut after that horrific shooting and see the aftermath. And I got to get involved with DHS's efforts to have the Secret Service go out and help the schools better form security, and also with the National Threat Assessment Center as an ambassador. What seems like happened here is the FBI got a tip through their threat assessment process or reporting system. They investigated the tip. They relied on the student, which often happens in these cases, saying they didn't post the tip on, I guess it was a gaming app. The father said he had weapons in the house, but the kid didn't have access to it. The FBI seemed to refer the case to the local authorities. My question with that is, did that also get to the school? Did that not get to the school? And what is the interplay between the school and the police in situations like this? Nationwide, the behavioral threat assessment process has been embraced by school districts and local law enforcement as a way to identify students in crisis and try to help them before something like this happens. It seems like in this situation, that process maybe didn't connect the way it should have, and we all want to find out maybe where that connection didn't happen.
Yeah, by the way, the name on the account was Adam Lanza, ironically, who was the shooter there in Newtown. And so it was somebody who was posting about it. Before we let you go also, Don, what do we need to do in our schools? You've worked with a lot of these folks. What do we need to do in terms of, do we need to have armed guards in all these schools? I just saw this story. Nearly 4,000 dangerous instruments were seized in New York City public schools last year. That's a New York Post story, including 300 weapons. I mean, that's stunning.
I think the first thing is all schools, despite the focus on education, need to always have a security and safety mindset. I think in some cases, in some parts of the country, that mindset still hasn't really permeated. I think school districts, municipalities, states need to invest money in school security, physical security, as well as the mental health piece. And I also think that it never hurts, as Florida did, to pay for and have a police officer, a uniformed police officer, or a school resource officer in every school, because it creates that connectivity between the schools and the police department, which, as we saw down in Georgia, they were the heroes. They got to the threat first, and they were able to mitigate the threat. So,
Donald, last question, because we only got a minute left. Any updates on that yacht that supposedly flipped over in Sicily after the guy's partner was run over in England?
No updates yet, John. That's a great maritime whodunit case. I think the local authorities there are investigating it, trying to find out what happened. One of the hardest investigations to do are crimes that occur at sea, because you have a crime scene that you can't really hold and really research as you can do on land. Hopefully they get us some answers, because the whole situation there seems very has a lot of questions that need to be answered, John.
Absolutely. Don, thank you
so much, Don.